Very good morning, children. Today we want to discuss about the February Revolution in Petrograd. In winter of 1917, the capital of Petrograd, that is very serious. The conditions were very serious. Here, the peoples also divided into two categories, like they were living on the river bank of river Neva. Here on the left hand side, many fashionable areas, the Winter Palace and the official buildings also included the palace where the Duma met, also included there. Again, in the right hand side, what happened? The workers' quarters and many factories were located in the right side. And in February 1917, food shortage also deeply felt the workers' quarters. At that time, the winter also very severe. The parliamentarians, all of them were wishing to preserve the elected government, and all of them were opposed to the Tsar's desire to dissolve the Duma. Tsar was not liked to the Duma. What is the Duma? Duma was the parliament. On 22nd February, a lockout also happened in the right bank of one of the factory. So the next day, the workers in 50 factories, they also called a strike in sympathy. Then after that, many demonstrating workers, they also crossed from the factory quarters to the center of the capital. At that time, no political party was actively organizing the movements. The fashionable quarters and the official buildings were surrounded by the workers, and at that time the government also imposed a curfew. Many the demonstrators, they also dispersed by the evening, but they came back on the 24th and 25th. At last the government called out the cavalry and the help of the police. On Sunday, 25th February, the government suspended the Duma. The parliament also suspended. At that time, the politicians, they also spoke out against this measure. That means the suspension of the Duma. They also spoke out the suspension of Duma. And the demonstrators returned in force through the streets of the left bank on the 26th. In the next day, the police headquarters were ransacked. Ransacked means plundered or looted. Many streets thronged with people. They also started raising some slogans about bread, wages, better hours and democracy. The government tried to control the situation, and again they were called out the cavalry. However, the cavalry refused to fire on the demonstrators. At that time, one of the officers was shot at the barracks of the regiment, and 3 other regiments also started the mutiny. By that evening, many of the soldiers, they have to striking workers, and they have to decided to gather to form a Soviet or council in the same building as the Duma met. After this was known as the Petrograd Soviet. In the next day, a delegation went to see the Tsar, and many military commanders, they have to advise the Tsar to abdicate. And finally, he followed their advice and abdicated on 2nd March. The Soviet leaders and Duma leaders formed a provisional government to run the country. Russia's future would be decided by a constituent assembly, and they elected on the basis of universal adult suffrage. So, the Petrograd had led the February Revolution that brought down the monarchy in February 1917. Then after this revolution, what happened? The Tsar's ruling period that was entered. After the February Revolution, what happened? Many army officials, landowners, industrialists, they all of them were influential in the provisional government. But you know that the liberals and the socialists among them worked towards an elected government. They are not like to the provisional government. They need an elected government or a democratical form of government. So they also started many restrictions on the public meetings and associations were removed. At this time, the Soviets in the Petrograd, so they had to set up everywhere, though no common system of election was followed. In April 1917, the Bolshevik leader, he was known as Vladimir Lenin, he returned to Russia from his exile. And his party, the Bolshevik, they were opposed the war since 1940. Now, the Soviets stood, they were very powerful, and he declared the war be brought to a close, and land be transferred to the peasants, and the banks be nationalized. These three demands were very, very important. These were known as Lenin's April thesis. This is very important. So once again, the Lenin's April thesis, the three important things were discussed. The first one is the land be transformed to the peasants, and second one is banks be nationalized and the war be brought to a close. These three demands were known as Lenin's April thesis. And again, he argued that the Bolshevik party renamed itself the Communist Party to indicate its new radical aims. Most of the Bolshevik party members, they were surprised by the April thesis. And then they also not ripe for a socialist revolution, and the provisional government needed to be supported. But the developments of the subsequent months changed their attitude. Many developments also followed there. The workers' movements were spread all over Russia. Many industrial areas, the factory committees were formed. They also started to questioning the way the industrialists ran their factories. Many trade unions also grew, and many soldiers' committees also formed in the army. In June, about 500 Soviets sent a representatives to an all-Russian Congress of Soviets. At that time, the provisional government saw its power reduced, and the Bolsheviks' influence also increased. They decided to take stern measures against the spreading discontent. Then the workers, they also ran the factories and began arresting many leaders. The popular demonstration staged by the Bolsheviks in July 1917 was sternly repressed. Many Bolshevik leaders go hiding or flee. In the countryside, many peasants and their socialist revolutionary leaders, they also pressed for a redistribution of land. That means they were ready to redistribute the land for the peasants. Many land committees were formed to handle this. They also encouraged by the socialist revolutionaries. The peasants also seized their land between July and September 1917.